Wait a minute.
American flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Let us pray. God, we ask for your blessings to keep the people of our county safe and healthy and be with our first responders and emergency personnel. We also ask you give those of us here at this table the wisdom to make wise decisions for the people we serve. Lord, we thank you for this day you've given us, and please be with each and every one of us as we move forward and with every day ahead. Amen.
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 Thank you. Well, if y'all will pass that back, that's the order from that Craig drafted for. The first item on the agenda is public comments. I don't think we have any. No. Okay. All right. The next items on the agenda is our consent agenda. Anybody have anything on that?
I am pulling the first agenda item from consent agenda, correction to the last minutes from the 24th. They were dated the 18th, should have been dated the 24th. And then under the donations agenda item, I put library Dropbox and have corrected it to museum Dropbox.
Okay.
So those corrections.
Correct.
With corrections. Okay. Anybody have anything else on the consent agenda? Okay. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve with those corrections. Correct? Is that your,
With the correction.
okay, all right, any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right, the first item on the regular agenda is to consider and or approve acceptance of the engagement letter from Dozier, Pickens, and Francis for the external audit for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2025. And the attached letter was on the packet. Does anyone have any questions on that? They do our outside audit and have for the last few years and do a great job.
When do we go out to solicit bids just to make sure that we're,
The
Yeah.
last time we did it was hopefully 3 years ago. And we did it.
can we do it again next year just to do it? To update it, just.
Right.
But how many, kind of see a history of how many years we go without doing that?
It's just whenever, I know that we did it right after I became auditor, just because I felt like we needed to. But before that, I think it had been quite a while.
Do you think like 3 years is a good sweet spot? Or what would you?
Maybe every 5 years.
Yeah, we ever 5. Or 4. And I can do it 3.
Like 3 or 4 is good. I mean, just to. Probably ends up being the same, but just gives us receipts to back up.
I know that we had a couple reached out, but because of our budget or the costs, they.
Right. Okay.
I think at the point when we went with the Dozier, Pickens, and Francis, they were much more reasonable than the corporation that, that we're doing it prior to. But it's always good to go out. So for now, does anyone have any questions on this? You know, they do say they won't charge us more than $30,000, and I think it's been around 26. I mean,
Last year it was like, with 8 or something. But usually I do get this before going over to budget, and I can update the budget numbers. But with things that are happening, I got lost in the mail and different things.
Right.
So it kind of got dropped, so the budget is a little short, but there should be enough in that department to offset that shortage.
Okay, any questions, or do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the acceptance of the engagement letter from Dozier, Pickens, and Francis LLC for the external audit fiscal year ending September 30th, 2025.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right, item 2 is to consider and or approve the joint primary election services contract with the Republican Democratic Party and resolution for the March 3rd, 2026 primary election.
Yes, and Craig, County Attorney, has reviewed all of this and he has no problems with these contracts or resolution. I've talked to David Free, our Democratic Chair, and Mary Kay, our Republican Party Chair. They have already signed the contracts, have no problem with the county, and me as the election officer facilitating this primary election. Just need y'all to sign the resolution.
Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the joint primary election service contract with the Republican and Democratic parties, a resolution for March 3rd, 20 primary.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Let me sign this real quick and then I'll pass it around.
Just that top one.
All right, the next item on the agenda is item 3, consider and or approve the continuation or suspension of the Li-Fi grant project. Did I say that right?
You did.
Li-Fi?
Yes.
So you guys have info for us?
I'll be your back.
So, we've been working on this grant for a while, but we've ran into several snags. Basically, the problem is there's just too much unknown. Don't know the price of what the services would be. We don't even know, when we went out for bids, they weren't even able to give us information on exactly where we're gonna be connecting, so most of the companies who would have bid on it didn't. We only got 2 bids. One was well over what we could do with for the grant. And then the other one, the company, which I really like the company and I really like Region 16, so none of this reflects on them. But they're the company that's doing all the work for Region 16. And so they really had an advantage over everybody else because they know how it's gonna connect. And we're a little concerned that it wasn't a fair bid process because of that. We've looked at it and we're really to the point where we're wanting to recommend that we just back out of the grant. Our other option, we can't in good conscience recommend that we move forward with the Region 16 option because we just don't know what it's gonna cost after the grant period is over. And they told us, well, we'll treat you as well as we do the schools. Okay, but that still doesn't tell me how much it's gonna cost. The other library that was in the grant process, Freona?
Yes.
Freona backed out for that very reason. Because they said, look, we don't know the cost, we can't keep going. So that's really where we are too. We're to the point where we're like, now's the chance, because if we award it to somebody, then we're committed. But if we don't award the actual grant, the RFP to somebody, then we can back out. The state has already said that we can back out. The other option would be to try to do an alternative project, which I did put in the attachment that I put out there. We could build a tower over at the library in Fritch and shoot a signal over there so that we would have a backup connection to Fritch. Because Fritch was gonna be the one that was gonna benefit the most out of this project. We already have fiber through Sparklight to all of our libraries. It's just we have a very small connection to Fritch, a medium-sized connection to the one in Borger. And the one in here is connected up to our main system, so it has a full-size connection. So really, Fritch was gonna be the biggest benefit, and the biggest problem at Fritch is there's no backup. Like Sparklight was down last week when I was typing up that attachment. So that was the biggest need that we were trying to do. We could do that with a tower and use grant money to build the tower and to do the wireless. There's other ways we can do without the grant, just internally. We can just get a second internet connection there for a small monthly fee. For the bandwidth going to Fritch, I checked with Sparklight for $300 a year. I could double the bandwidth to Fritch. So we're, if it wasn't going to cost us any money, it was a good idea. It gave us options, and we liked that. But there's just so much unknown that we really don't want to. We would like to recommend that we just back out. We don't want to do the alternative project because of the reporting burden that it'll get on Nancy.
And that's for 5 years. And of course, until, we were awarded the grant, that's when I had to do all of the training. Well, you find all of this out afterwards. So, and then again, with Region 16, the backbone should be done. And that's what, how we tie in should be April, but as late as June. We have to have, all of our funds encumbered by the 1st of November. And that's for payment, through the end of December. So consequently, the most we have is for maybe 6 months, if, going through the winter time, mind you, to get, all of this buried, whether or not, we could meet that. Anything that goes past that deadline is out of our pocket.
Right.
So there's just so much that, we didn't have any idea going into this. And then again, Fritch is going to be the one who, mainly needs the help with the speed. So, we can accommodate that for a reasonable price without having to go through all of this.
Yeah, and then there's other concerns on the backbone not being done. What if there was another wildfire? Because it's not built, there's no guarantee that it could be built. And that they have the best intentions. It was a good project. It was just before its time.
Right.
It really was.
And, we're afraid that if, they encumber, have any kind of problems, that still isn't going to change my dead date. for submitting. And we have to have the receipts, the check payment, the copy of all of that in order to submit, reimbursement. So, we've got that undetermined risk of, whether or not we're going to be out, possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars out of our pocket.
It sounds like there's too many unknowns.
Yes.
That is it entirely. It's, like I said, I don't think there was anything nefarious or anything. I really like working with the Region 16 and with FiberLight, the lowest bid. We don't know.
Right.
We just don't know how much it's gonna cost in the future, and that's by doing the grant, it's not in the actual contract of the grant that we're required for 5 years, but verbally they've said that they want you to keep going for 5 years. Well, then what if Region 16's price is just huge? And then for 5 years, we're stuck with it. Just because the fact that when we did the grant in May, we had just had, like on a Wednesday, I think it was.
Yeah.
She was at a conference, and then we had to turn the grant in. We had the commissioners meeting on Monday where we said, yeah, let's go for the grant. So we had like 3 or 4 days to do it, and we'd hoped that by now we would have had all the questions answered, but we just don't. And so that's why we're recommending we back out.
Y'all have any questions?
Sounds to me like the second, backup is best plan, me.
The doing a tower or
No,
just doing our own.
just paying for somebody to, have me as a backup.
We can do it and it won't really cost that much.
Yeah, that sounds like the best plan.
Before this grant came along, that was my plan anyway. I'd already started working towards that direction as to begin, so.
Hey, anybody else got any questions for Richard or Nancy, or do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the suspension of the Wi-Fi grant project.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, thank you.
When you get to the portion about awarding RFPs, you'll also need to not award the RFP to anybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right, thanks. Okay, item 4 is to consider and or approve the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department County Boat Agent Agreement. This was something that Carrie submitted to us that has to be approved. What's it do for us?
Well, it's on boats and road registration.
Right,
So people that need this sticker on the side of their homes, that's what it is.
me.
That's what it is.
Yes.
There, all around, there's nobody does. Don't listen.
Right, yeah. It's a busy thing for you. And Craig has reviewed this and all is okay. So,
Did anything change from the previous contracts, or it's pretty much? Okay.
hey, do I hear a motion?
I'm making a motion to approve the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department County boat agent.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, item 5 is to consider and or approve funds to hire a new employee in the county attorney's office to train with outgoing employee for 2 weeks. Craig.
Thank you for your comments, Martin. So yeah, I've got a situation, and it's actually kind of changed in the last couple of days. So I've hired a new employee. Haven't set a start date yet, but one of my current assistants gave 2 weeks notice today. So last day will be next Thursday. So what I'd like to do is actually it's not going to overlap 2 weeks, it's gonna overlap 4 days. So I'd like to have the new employee start on Monday. And then she and Amy would be in for next week. And then that would be it as far as the overlap. I know Amy's out today. I sent an email to Alicia, but it was just recently, so she may not.
I didn't.
So I've tried to kind of do back of the envelope math as far as how much that would be. I think gross based on the salary would be less than 1,000, it'd be like $944 gross for those 4 days. The current salary in the budget for that position is it's 56,519, and the new hire will start at 51. It's a 10% deduction. I thought that was fair, and hopefully that'll be acceptable to you all. Let's see, what else in that? I think that's it on that. I'd just like to have that approved as far as kind of paying that position double for that 1 week.
So with the savings, you're gonna have enough money in your budget
That problem.
with that reduction.
Yeah.
For the remainder.
Yeah, that makes sense. So just wanted to let y'all know what was going on, what we decided. We're happy with our new hire and look forward to.
And she'll start Monday?
She'll start Monday.
Okay.
She has kids that go to WT, so I don't know how her first couple of weeks might be. She might be out a little bit.
Right.
We've already kind of handled that, so.
That's cool.
But I think if we can at least have a couple to 3 days of them both being in the office will be really helpful to kind of get her started off.
Can I just say, I'm proud that you did bring the new hire in at a lower rate.
Sure.
And other departments are doing that as well.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel really cool that you guys are thinking long-term.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions or anything?
Okay.
All right,
Thanks, Craig.
great. Thank you all.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve that?
I move. Wait, where is it? Yeah, there's
We've got the money in there, so we don't really,
not anything to,
just gonna have to take it out of that.
yeah.
So we're good.
Yep.
Okay. All right, item 6, consider and or approve the replacement of the Sheriff's Department Vehicle Unit 8830.
Are you tired of talking about it?
I'm trying to get through this without hacking up at work, so biting off statements, but the last,
Tell me more about this.
I've been on some good medicine. Y'all should be all right. So last Commissioner's Court, the chief had brought this up, and then obviously the big issue is how we're gonna fund it. Just trying to look at all of our options on the table. I think we have 3 options. The first is in, at least you know, the check was the insurance check.
34,878.
So the 2 quotes that we got in, well, obviously one from the place we've used for the ones ordered for a budget, that was Dana Foot Safety, and then also Defender out of Fort Worth. Defender is, they've just always been quite a bit higher than in the Lubbock one. They've always done as well as quotes, but the lowest quote was 77. Obviously, we have a difference in the makeup there. So options that we have, I have one Charger that's still on the street that's upfitted, and we'll have to do some, because it was planned on, once we got the new vehicle ordered in budget, that was going to go on auction. Could take the Charger, it needs about $4,000 and some front end work. I was not going to do that because it was going to go to auction. I have the option, maybe using some insurance money to look at doing that, keeping it on the road a little bit longer, and then maybe trying to get it on the auction next year. It's just, we're having some issues on the front end, but something I think that we could put money into it, but we're also putting money into it. The next option is how we did it last time, using insurance and contingency. Obviously, it was a decision for that one. And then with the third option could be the SB funds. We do have SB funds available. I think we're right around the $90,000 mark or something right there, I believe. I did have some other projects that I was looking at doing with that. This is kind of takes more priority. I got to make sure I have vehicles and deputies to drive them. We're 3 deputies down, just hired 2. So we're now only 1 down. The next applications coming this week. So hopefully be fully staffed. We'll need this vehicle, just figuring out which direction to go to replace it. So those are my options.
I know it's a guessing game. Ben, do you know, or anybody, do you know if we were to put the charger in auction, how much it may generate? I mean, I know it's a guessing game.
They definitely don't get as much as the top. I was gonna say
Oh.
that, I think,
Considerable.
yeah, that's quite a bit. As far as, what do you think?
Do you think it'll bridge the gap?
Hard to read.
No, yeah.
$6,000 maybe?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So the charger's it's been charged. Okay,
6,000 might be way too high.
okay. That makes more sense.
Once they're put in patrol use, especially a vehicle like that, once they're out, they're out.
They're going out.
Yeah.
One thing I do, and Alicia might be able to help me out with this, as far as the SB side of it, I don't believe that you can do a partial project on that. It's either we go all in with SB or we don't use SB. So we can't supplement it with the
Which
insurance
fund?
money. It would be, we just did the project with SB and then the insurance money would just go back into the county. General fund. So.
Is it too?
I was just gonna say, I'd like to see it come out of the SB 22 money and just put the insurance money back into our operating for the department. If that, I mean, that can be,
For the department.
Yeah.
So usually typically what I do whenever we receive it is I do a line item transfer for it to go into the vehicle repairs and maintenance. Or if it's for a new vehicle, into their squad car line item. If y'all decide that's what you wanna do with the whole, usually it's just to offset the cost that we're doing to make the repair.
And would
You
SB,
could just go into that. one.
is the SB laws, are they gonna say y'all used all of our money and you got insurance money? Does that feel legal or right? They don't care?
I don't think it has
Do you
anything.
use it to purchase a new vehicle? I don't see it like. I think, ARP funds, no, that was, it's the FEMA money,
Yeah.
the FEMA money, that would not be allowed.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't heard anything around that.
That's why one thing that whenever I was reading it, it was very specific on, it's either all in on it or not. Yeah. Maybe-
Yeah, just partially funds.
Right, it can partially fund it with SB and then the insurance, it has to be all SB or not.
Well, I know you can't tell us what your vision was for that SB money yet, because you haven't prepared, but
Well, I mean, I have two projects that was on the table that was
yeah,
already.
you don't have to tell us if it's
Oh,
something
no,
you're working
we
on.
were looking at some taser upgrades because our tasers are at the 5-year mark and then it's a racket with all that stuff, everything that we get into. Tasers, body cams, in-car videos, these are all things that are mandated by the state, but then also things that
They don't.
they make us go into these maintenance agreements and things like that. So we hit this year, hit our 5-year mark with taser. So we're gonna have to look at upgrading. And this is what's frustrating to me because even with taser, we have a taser 7 right now is what we give all of our officers, and to upgrade the full new warranty and everything is $103,000 to replace the tasers we have with the exact same tasers we have. It's just, we get a maintenance agreement for another 5 years for $100,000.
That's crazy.
So I have somebody that knows how to work on tasers and we can adjust that out and we can make it last and it's just fine. So that project, I don't have any issue, buying parts and things like that and working on it. The other one was looking at a possible a UTV for the sheriff's office. A lot of agencies have went to the all-terrain vehicles instead of putting patrol vehicles out for like, we had one the other day, we had a guy that say a health issue that he decided he was suicidal, left, and we were hunting him down for hours upon hours out in the middle of a ranch and clear and everything, drones. And having something like that would have been very beneficial. So, but that was another project.
Questions? Does anyone have a motion?
I move to approve the replacement of the sheriff's department vehicle unit number 8839 using SB money.
I'll second.
And do you want to indicate which one of these bids?
Oh, the one, isn't it the one we?
Dana?
Yeah, the one we talked
Is the
about last
local.
time with.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor? All right, thanks, Sheriff. All right, item 7 is to consider and or approve interlocal agreement with the city of Sanford.
This is the agreement with the city of Sanford. They contacted me. I think they contacted Dwight a couple of times. They're wanting to upgrade a couple of roads, which amount to hauling a little bit of base in, laying it down right quick. There's just 4 roads on this interlocal agreement that they're wanting to target first. So it'll be done as we have the time to do it and the resources to get it done. Very good look at it. Thank you.
Yes.
Now, have they, I didn't see any signatures. Did they already take it
No.
to their board?
No.
So it comes to us first and then they'll take it to
I'll
theirs.
see him a copy after today, if it's approved, and then they can move forward with their part after that.
Okay,
No, this is the first time it's going to see anybody.
okay.
Questions? Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the interlocal agreement with the city of Sanford as presented, pending their approval from their council.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay,
Just.
yes,
You send them the invoice, and you make sure that I get a copy of the invoice so that I can record it in the account.
Yes, for sure.
Okay,
I can do that.
thank you.
And I'll email you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I've
can
interlocal.
get it signed.
I've got it.
I'll get it.
Okay.
Get it on, you can get it on their agenda.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Welcome.
Okay, and then item 8 is to consider and or approve the purchase of a front end loader through Sourcewell.
Okay, this is the replacing the 938G loader that we agreed to replace during budget time. I got a good quote from Sourcewell. Quote, they're very competitive. I've never seen them come in that close together. It's about $1,600 difference in price. Everybody has the quotes, right?
Yes, they were attached to the agenda.
I didn't see them.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't think you need
I love fall.
I got the other copies if you need them.
Oh, thank you. Brought them just in case. Good thing, huh? Got this.
Yeah, I've got some.
Okay, I want a copy of these.
Now I'm.
Um,
So as you can see, there was about $1,600 difference in price. After taking into consideration the parts availability, the service and support, the resale value, and Warren does have their loader in stock. After taking that into consideration, my recommendation would be to buy the cat loader from Warren for that.
Any questions for Dwayne? Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve the purchase of a front end loader through Sourcewell with Warren Cat.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
So on this exactly the same across 2 models?
But yeah,
Or like-
the specs are, they should be exactly the same. Actually, the one loader was in stock and I actually spec'd the other one off of those specifications.
Stock,
The cat
Yeah.
loader.
you know, how long this would take to get here on the yellow?
He said probably 60 to 90 days. You know, if everything works out good.
Just for the record, when you say parts and service and they're both the same. I don't agree with it whatsoever, but,
Okay,
What is what? Explain that then. Like, so when you say parts and service, what makes this, what makes that a better? What makes it better for you?
What makes it better for me is that anytime we go to Warren, they have a huge parts department. Anything you order is there the next morning. And any part on the machine will be there the next day. We've had issues with the Yellow House before, getting some parts in. They may have got that fixed now, haven't dealt with them in a while. But they're not a next day service as far as parts goes. And on service and support, Cat has such a bigger service department. They actually have a guy in their service department that all he does is you call him and tell him you got a code, he'll tell you what the code is and how to fix it. So that's really a nice feature to have.
I think this boils down to, your personal preference.
And then the resale value is better. They're both great loaders. That ain't gonna get either loader.
Oh, didn't see.
okay, we have a motion and a second. Was there any further discussion or questions for me?
As far as warranty goes, and as Commissioner Prog pointed out, kind of they're the same warranty.
5 year, 5,000 hours. Coverage.
And Cat's pretty good at adhering to those warranties.
They're very. And I'm sure Yellow House is, but
Yeah. I will say the price obviously is a little bit, I mean, that's probably 0.01% higher than Yellow House, but with your knowledge of CAT and working on them in-house, I think if there's something goes down, I think that $1,500 difference would be saved in-house, knowing with your knowledge of working on the machine. So that I would be in favor of the higher price because of that. I think the savings turning with your guys working on CATs already, we would cancel it out and make it, that justifies me voting for.
Well, I think they're equal, totally equal. One's as good as the other one. And in that case, I would say go with a little bit no matter what.
So
That's where I'm at.
I respect that too. I mean, I see both sides.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the table to go with the CAT front end loader. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
thank you very much.
Thank you, Dwayne. All right, item 9 is any update on ARP grant projects? Have anything to update?
Can I ask what's kind of hanging around still?
The
The
annex,
That's the only ARP thing we have
the
left.
flooring, right, then, at the annex?
I know
Yeah,
In the doors.
What'd you
With the annex.
doors at the annex.
Oh, doors at the end.
Got a whole contract.
Have that issue too.
Yeah,
No, it never comes.
that seems to be the pattern, at least for me, the last few weeks.
Just tell them to look the doors, we'll get you the screwdriver.
Other duties as assigned, Craig.
I know who'll be helping him.
Okay, item 10, consider and or approve the burn ban or rescind the burn ban. Got an email from Alan earlier that about the medium is 378, so he said no change for now.
The high is 477 though.
Yes, yes.
Mentioned.
And he did, we had a conversation. He said, we're gonna have to put it on probably if it continues this, maybe in next meeting or so, so. All right, item 11, consider and or approve request for use of the club rooms at the Border Library or Fridge.
So there's a 2-year-old birthday party, December 20th at the Border Library.
That's a long birthday.
And I
party.
wasn't invited.
No cake for you.
No. Bummer.
So I have a few, but I have a question too. One of our, they would like to see if we ever do slumber parties at a club room. I personally stated that the liability goes up after dark and I'm not a fan of it.
Nothing good.
Nothing good happened after dark.
9 o'clock.
I told Delina that I'm not in support of it, but I don't want to break the rules. I've never had this question in 5 years.
Know that we've ever had an overnight event.
I will say if we ever approve one, I'm showing up with a Jason mask and scaring the tar out of everyone.
Yeah,
Oh, that'll be
We'll
the
have to
last
hire
time.
Jerry to be there all night long.
Do-
Sheriff. Sheriff,
Yeah.
like, he'll pass, yeah.
Age group.
she didn't say, it's just asking for a slump. And really, honestly, if we opened it again, if we do it for one, we got to do it for all. And age cannot
In our
matter.
contract, do we have like operational hours between here and here? You can
I
only,
looked at it. Delina and I rewrote a little bit of the requirements back when I first became commissioner. And I never even thought about something like that. So I didn't add anything
right?
to the time frame.
So maybe we need to think about that.
I really don't want to. Honestly, it's being a pastor, we don't do lock-ins at our place anymore because of stuff that, and it's not just
There's a lot of liability.
just not just liability with the facility, but liability with what happens in after dark.
Sure.
With people.
Yeah, the one time that we had, so we don't, we rent it overnight, or not overnight, but in the evenings. And the one time I had to blacklist somebody that we talked about that they brought alcohol and stuff, it was there at night. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, I wouldn't do that at Borger. I'd be right in Fridge because I don't have to deal with it. I'm not dealing with it in Borger.
So I would like to say no right
Okay.
now, but let me tell you, I have a birthday party on the 7th. Baby shower on the 7th, and a Medicare training class on the 11th of December. And then a family Christmas on the 13th.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve both facility usages as presented.
And I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
And Dwight, I sent Delina a request, but it's for February into March for voting, but I don't know if you got that
Oh.
for the club room.
No,
I'll
just do
copy
the
you.
month.
Oh, by the month. Okay, yeah, it's in advance. I just wanted to make you aware.
Well, thank you.
Okay, item 12, consider and or approve line item changes, transfers and or budget amendments.
There was this one small,
Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the line item budget amendments, changes, and adjustments, transfers as presented.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Is this? All right, item 13 is to consider and or approve advertising, opening, accepting or awarding bids. The only thing we still have is that RFP from,
they have,
oh,
we
what-
have the RFP for the,
Li-Fi grant,
And then we also have RFQs going for the art.
but we don't have those.
They don't open until.
Right.
the-
So just today is the, yeah, the Li-Fi grant. So. And you heard all that information. So I guess what we just need now is a motion not to award that to anybody.
I move,
Just deny all bids.
I move to deny all bids at this time.
No
Is
second.
that what I'm supposed to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good. All right. Yeah. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right, item 14 is to consider and or approve donations to Hutchinson County. I don't think I had any. Item 15, discussion of county judges and commissioners precinct daily operations. Anybody? We've got, this Sam Sarah project that Dwayne and Leisha have kind of been working on. And, to get these, and I think you finally got with the right person and are able to get those onto the equipment. We have budgeted for all equipment, right? But we just need to decide if that's what we want to move forward with, putting it on all equipment for road and bridge, or just some.
We've kind of been in a trial period, trying out a few vehicles and a few of the equipment. And so now we just need to know proceed with the full blown.
All the equipment,
Various units.
very.
So when we make this decision, are you gonna tell us y'all's findings and how it went and all that?
Right.
Well, it puts it on there and then you can do all kinds of reporting.
Yeah,
I mean,
but since y'all have the trial, y'all could tell us if it's,
Yeah, if we gotta decide to put it on.
Yeah, we got all the
equipment,
trial issues worked out. That trial period was kind of a period to see how it was gonna, how things were gonna tie in, and if
Yeah.
there's gonna be issues with it, and there was at first. Some pretty serious issues. They're wanting to cut computer wires, and I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen.
Right.
And so finally they come back with the correct harnesses, got with the right person. They provided the correct harnesses to put that in. So everything is that I've hooked up so far has worked out perfect.
So that's what the trial was,
There is
to
some
see if it was
signal
gonna work on
Yeah.
our equipment.
oh, okay.
There is some signal issues up north, there always would be. I mean, cell phone service and is not that great, and that's what it relies on, is satellite cell phone. Well, are you having issues with the north?
No, and most of the issues that I get is if it has a signal issue, they file the data in the computer, when they get the signal, once it acquires a signal, it'll start dumping the data into the system, so as soon as I get signal again.
So is this a decision we'll make next meeting? Is this on the agenda?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's for discussion. But I don't think we need to really make a decision. We just need to decide, do we want it on all vehicles? Because we have budgeted for that, or do we just want it on the ones that we've got, that we trialed, which is just a variety?
Why wouldn't we put them on all vehicles? That makes no sense to me.
When we talked about it during budget, that was the discussion. And
Is this over?
decided to move, putting it on
On all
of them.
vehicles.
Just the sheriff had them, and so we presented it to put it on everything. And y'all had agreed to that. And so I think now it's just, we're to the point where we are going to put it all on things, and just to let y'all know that the trial period is over and we are gonna move forward.
Oh,
I told him.
Just informational.
Equipment he had, he pretty much assured me that he'll work with me and work through, they would build us a harness, whatever, to make this work.
Uh-huh.
They've been real good to work with.
So it's just a long process to get it all installed, right?
Okay, that's-
Yeah, but doable.
But we'll
Yeah.
get it done.
Okay. So that's just an update.
There's a code on the equipment, or so that he can see that something needs to be fixed before they know that it needs to be fixed.
Perfect.
yeah, I liked it when y'all first told us about it. I didn't know how it was going. I haven't heard anything about it.
Right.
And but we don't have to make a decision because we're not entering a contract and we're not spending.
Right. This is just informational, to let y'all know where we're at with that project.
Well, and 50,000 is not the limiting.
Oh, yeah, it's 100,000. I forgot it got raised.
Okay, anything else on precinct daily operations?
I got a lot going on, but it's tedious, boring stuff y'all probably wouldn't be interested in.
We're always interested.
Oh, sewer and no, nobody's interested in sewer stuff. I feel like I do more sewer than I do road and bridge stuff.
Like, I'll say something real quick. At the museum, the Friends of the Museum decorated for Christmas, and they had events in there for the kids, cookies, punch, and all that good stuff during the downtown business for the parade. Give a shout out to the Friends of the Museum because it looks really.
Did they have a lot of people come through?
Yeah.
Awesome.
When I was in there, there was probably 40 kiddos and adults.
Good. It was a great
So.
evening for all of that. Okay, anything else? Okay, item 16 is to consider and to approve sale of stuck off tax properties, but I didn't have any unless anyone has something I don't know about. Okay, we are gonna, even though I don't have this on the agenda, we are going to break into executive session under section 551.071, consultation with attorney. So if everyone will just have a seat outside, or, hey, Nancy, before you leave, I have your T-shirt. Yeah, we shouldn't be too much longer. Okay,
Get you a sheet ready.
all right, thanks.
Good.
Sorry.
Okay, we went,
Oh, let me actually now log. It does, it's different a little bit.
me too.
Okay,
Okay, we went out at 10:18. And back in at 10:47. All right, the next thing on the agenda then is our no action. No, because this was just informational only. Yes. Is a budget workshop. Did anyone have anything they wanted to talk about on that? No? Okay. Yeah. And item 18 is a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Go ahead.
I'll let you.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?